Welcome to Hiking Adventures with Mark Winfield. I know you're expecting a video about a hike, but I thought I'd tell you about a bike trip we did in Europe recently. In late May 2023, Patty and I and two good friends traveled to Passau, Germany to start our bike trip. We were traveling from Passau to Vienna, and this was a package tour, self-guided, with Max Adventures. Along the way, we sampled some of the local delicacies and saw some great sights. The trip was about 310 kilometers, 192 miles, and was easy pedaling all the way. We picked up our e-bikes in Passau and were guided out of town with the maps that were provided by the tour operator. They also provided an app that tracked you via GPS. Our first day was from Passau to Niederranna and was only about 35 kilometers. Welcome to Passau, Germany on the Danube River. My group of four are here to do a bicycle trip from this small city of 50,000 to Vienna along the Danube River. Passau is at the convergence of three rivers, and from here we can see the rivers coming together, and it is a view from a castle on the hillside. This is the Passau waterfront where we picked up our bikes, and our trip begins by crossing that bridge. So we've started our bike ride. We left Passau, we're about 5 kilometers out of Passau, and so far the whole way has been on bike path. And to our right, so you can't see it right here, is the river. So we're in this beautiful valley and the weather is just perfect for biking. We're coming up on our first village. I don't know the name of it yet. And the river is right there. Coming up on our second village, which appears to be named Obernzell. Hope I'm pronouncing that reasonably well. We'll have to find out. This is the second statue like this that we found. We're in Obernzell. And the second statue like this, there must be a goddess of the river or something. There's a swan in the distance there across the river. We're about 40% of the way to our destination today, and we've come across our first agricultural lands. The river is just over there, as you can see, and you got a cultivated field, and we just passed a field of recently cut hay. Looks like a passenger and bicycle ferry that goes across the river here. Very civilized along here.
Got her nest there.
The first day was short, and we stopped in a village for lunch and realized that that's the village that our hotel was in. So we spent the afternoon relaxing and enjoying the river and the warm day. These are our bikes here. And as you can see, we're not the only bikers staying at the hotel. We're at the start of day 2 on our trip down the Danube to Vienna from Passau. We are now in Austria, and it's interesting that when we came into Austria, there was no, there's no customs or anything because it's the European Union, but also there's nothing that announced that you were actually in Austria. We just drove out of Germany into Austria. We stayed at this very nice hotel, Gasthof Draxler. I won't tell you the name of the town because I would just make a mess pronouncing it. I'll put it on the screen. And we had very nice rooms. We had a beautiful supper and met a great couple from Australia, and we just finished breakfast and getting ready to start our day on the bike. It's going to be a bit of a long day today, 68 kilometers. We're going to Linz, L-I-N-Z, and we're crossing to the other side of the river on that bridge, and then further on down we cross back, and then we cross the river again when we arrive at Linz. Beautiful day, couldn't be any better. So we're heading to the bridge. We're traveling through the little village we stayed in, Niederranna, I think is how it's pronounced. And it's just a glorious day. It's 8:30 in the morning, and away we go. Looks like there's a bit of an inlet or a canal next to us, and then the river beyond that. And it seems like the river takes a significant turn here. There are fortifications all over the place here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one just right up there. And we're heading in that direction. There are quite a few guest houses, hotels, resorts along the river. We've passed quite a number already. Hello. This stretch of the path that we've been on has had swamps next to us, between us and the river, and we've seen some ducks and some swans, but I didn't get a video of it. But we just passed a pair that had 3 baby gray swans, cygnets I think they're called, and I'll show you Patty's picture of it. Heading across that bridge. We've crossed the bridge and we're sort of traveling through town. I forget the name of this place. I probably couldn't pronounce it anyway, but going through a nice neighborhood. Now we've returned to the Danube. We've arrived at Ottenschein. We arrived at the city of Linz, which is a good-sized city of 200,000 people. And when we arrived there, we were traveling on city streets and had to cross a bridge to get to the main part of town where our hotel was. And unfortunately, because we were dodging traffic, I didn't get a chance to take videos. Linz was about the only location where we had to deal with traffic without the benefit of bicycle lanes. Pretty well everywhere else we were traveling on excellent side roads or dedicated bicycle lanes. It's 5 to 9 in the morning and we're making our way out of Linz. Traveling in cities is always an adventure because you don't know where you are, and Getting onto the bike path by the Danube was much easier this morning than getting from the bike path to our hotel, where Google Maps gave us a really roundabout route. But it was a very pleasant morning, and looking forward to a good day, a little over 60 kilometers. We've been traveling for quite a while through this huge park. It's beautiful, just on the edge of Linz. I think we'll be coming back to the Danube shortly. It just goes on both sides. Lots of people here running their dogs. These are the first people we've seen fishing in the Danube. They don't seem to have hooked anything quite yet, but they're working on it. We're coming up to a power station. I think this is the fourth one we've seen so far. They really make good use of hydroelectric power here, it seems. So with the guidance of some locals who are up ahead of us here, family, we crossed the dam and now are on the opposite side of the river to what our appointed route is, and we're on our way to a village that apparently is one of the oldest villages in this part of the world, and past there or near there we'll be catching a ferry back to the other side of the river, and hopefully we're going to have a coffee in this village as well. Looking forward to it. Heading towards the bike ferry to return to the north side of the river. So we're going to go along the north side for a stretch and then cross at the next dam, which actually cuts off quite a bit of distance from our prescribed route. So we're looking forward to saving a little bit of effort. So we're on the boat ferry. Heading over there, my companions and our bikes.
That's a nice set.
Passt schon, ne? Muss passen.
Muss passen.
Ja, erst bei der Strecke muss passen.
Perfect day for biking. Coming up on this dam, and we're going to use this dam to cross from the north side of the river to the south side, which gives us a more direct route to our hotel. And I think we're going to stop probably halfway across the dam and take some pictures. Our tour operator, Max Adventures, provided a suggested route. They booked our hotels, and they also shuttled our bags hotel to hotel. Now, the bike path actually travels on both sides of the Danube River, and we went to Enns, which was departing from our suggested route, and we met a variety of people along the way who took different routes than we did and saw some different sights. So you have lots of options. There are lots of places to cross the river, the dams, which there are many of, and bridges, and you can do a bit of exploring. We arrived at Ardagger Market at another very nice hotel. This was right on the river, and that building you see across the way is actually a private residence. So we had a very nice supper there, sitting on the deck on a warm evening, watching the boats go by and just enjoying the scenery. We started on our next day's bike ride, and we're leaving Ardagger and heading down on the south side of the Danube. And apparently today is only going to be fairly short, 28 kilometers or something like that. They're watering the logs, I'm not sure why. We're going to go across this bridge, and we're staying in this town. We've started our second to last day of our bicycle trip to Vienna. It's nice out, but it's cooler. We've got our jackets on. It's 8:45 in the morning. It's only supposed to go up to 20 or 21 today, which was not as warm as it's been the last couple of days. And very civilized so far. We have a 60-kilometer ride today and 50 kilometers tomorrow to get to Vienna. So looking forward to it all. We're in Gottsdorf, one of the few village names that I've been able to pronounce. Seems like a nice little village, and as all the villages do, it has a church out there. Across the river is another village with a church. If you like churches, Austria and Germany is the place to come to. You taking a picture? We are now in the village of Granz, Granz, another village along the river. Coming to another dam. There are many dams on the Danube that they use to generate their power and no doubt regulate the water level of the river. And of course at each of the dams there's locks to take the ships up and down the elevation change from one side of the dam to the other. We're going past this dam, and then up the river a bit further is a bridge, and we're going to cross to the south side from there. So the materials we were provided with, basically one set of materials showed we took a certain route on the south and north side, and the other set of materials said the opposite, so we really had a choice of which way to go. So we're going to stay on the north side the whole way. We're a little bit away from the river on the north side, and the agriculture has changed a little bit. We're just coming across for the first time fruit trees, and one of the orchards we passed was labeled as being pears, though the fruits aren't showing yet because it's only early June. Seeing lots of orchards, and a little while back we saw our first few rows of grapes. We arrived at Krems in the middle of the afternoon. It's a town of about 25,000. Stayed at a very nice upscale hotel, though unfortunately we had to climb a long, steep hill to get to it. We've arrived at Tulln by train, and we're currently on the south side of the Danube. We're going to be heading to the north side. We head up this way and head for the river and across the bridge, and then turn right for the final stretch to Vienna. We just crossed the Danube at Tulln, came across that bridge and just around the corner there. And now we're heading for Vienna as a barge passes by. First one we've seen today. We've just crossed the river, and we're by a tributary that goes into the Danube, and heading towards Klostenberg. For the first time today, we're in a sheltered area, and still very close to the river, which is just over there. And just a nice day. It's a little bit cool. A couple of us have our jackets on. Coming to what I guess is the suburbs of Vienna. There's the city over there. We arrived in Vienna and went to our hotel, where we stayed 3 nights and thoroughly enjoyed exploring this very interesting city. We thoroughly enjoyed our first biking adventure and would highly recommend it.